Welcome to another week of Kona Kids Podcast. We're glad you're here.
Yay!
Keep in mind, your picture is unique and special in its own way. When we say marker, you could be using a pencil or crayons or an iPad. You get to follow along and create your own drawing next to us. We hope you'll share your drawing with us by sending it to Kona Kids. There's information in the episode description for how to send it to us. We would love to see what you create. Let's see what Andee has in store for us.
Hello, Kona Kids. Have you ever been invited to a sleepover? Have you ever been someone who's not quite sure you're ready to go to sleepovers yet? Or not something you or your family is okay with participating in? Today, we are going to listen to a story, and then we have a little activity to do about a child who is invited to a sleepover. So sit back and relax and listen to a story by Andee. Okay, Kona Kids, this story is called Sleepover, and it is written and read by Andee Dale. Today is an exciting day. I got invited to my first sleepover. When I got home that night, I was excited to share with my mom that I was invited to Brittany's house for a birthday sleepover. I have known Brittany almost my whole life. Our families go camping together. We spend time at the lake together in the summer. We do tons of things. We have a Friendsgiving, we call it, where we have all our friends over for Thanksgiving. We are very, very close, our two families. Oh, wow, she said. Look at you. You're really excited. That is going to be great. I am, I said. I had never been to a sleepover before. I couldn't wait to see what kind of fun things we would do and who all was coming. The next day at school, Brittany told everyone about the sleepover. She said there will be 6 girls coming. She said that 2 of them we wouldn't know because they were on her skating team. 2 people I don't know. I wasn't sure how I felt about that, but I was feeling too excited and too happy to be that I was included. So I didn't think about it for long. We talked about how we were going to go to the movies that afternoon and then go back to Brittany's house for a pizza party and a sleepover. That night when I was getting ready for bed, I started to think about what it would be like to not to sleep in my own bed. Would I take my stuffy with me or my pillow? I started to wonder how I would feel not having my parents in the same house as me. "Dad!" I yelled. My dad came in and sat on the bed. I told him some of my questions and that I was feeling nervous. "Dad, at the sleepover, do I take my stuffy? Where do we sleep when we're there?" I asked. You're feeling nervous," my dad said. "Are you feeling scared?" he asked. "Yes," I said. "I'm feeling a little bit teary now. I've known Brittany almost my whole life. I've been to her house thousands of times, but I've never done a sleepover at someone else's house before. Going to sleep at someone else's house is 100% your option," he explained. "It's something that we can only do when we know the other family really well and that we know you will be safe. But this doesn't mean you have to go," he said. "It is not that I don't want to go. I'm just scared about what it will be like," I explained. "It's an unknown," he said. "Sleepovers are something that some kids find are really fun, and some kids don't like to sleep over at other people's houses. They like to sleep in their own bed, and that's okay," he said. "I just don't want to be left out," I told my dad. "Yes, I agree. You know what? Let's say if your friend Leanne invited you for a sleepover. We don't really know Leanne's family. Not that there's anything wrong with Leanne and her family. We just wouldn't say yes to you going to a sleepover because we don't know them well enough. So do you know what I would suggest if you were invited to a party at Leanne's?" he said. "What?" I said. "I would suggest a late over," he said. "What the heck is a late over?" I asked. "Well, if you want, we can do this for Brittany's party. You can go to the movies, go and have pizza, and hang out with your friends, and then when it's bedtime, we will come and get you," he explained. "That way, you can still be included, You can do all of the things you want to, but if you're not ready for a sleepover at Brittany's, or if it's someone we don't know very well, like Leanne's, you would do a late over. So you would get a chance to participate, but you sleep at home in your own bed, he said. A late over, I said. I really like that plan. Can you take me back for breakfast the next morning? I asked. Sure. If you're up for that, I'll ask Brittany's parents to text me when they get up, and we can take you over and you can have breakfast with them and hang out with them until they all get picked up. Okay, I said, started to feeling excited again about the prospect of going to the party, but not having to worry about it if I'm taking my things or with me or who would be sleeping there and where they would be sleeping in Brittany's house. I was excited to get to know a few of Brittany's friends from skating. The day came for the party, and I was feeling super excited. I let Brittany know that I was going to do a late over. She was a little disappointed at first that I didn't want to stay over, but she also understood that I was just not ready for a sleepover yet and wanted to sleep in my own bed. We all went to the movies. We got popcorn and snacks. It was such a good movie. We had such a good time. I got to meet the two new friends from skating, and we all had a great time. After the pizza party and hanging out for a while, Brittany's parents texted my dad and let him know that I was ready to be picked up. When my dad arrived, I was feeling really tired, but I did not feel like I was missing out. We went home and I fell asleep right away. The next morning, my dad woke me up and said that the girls were awake now and that Brittany's parents were making them pancakes. He said that the girls were currently doing a Just Dance party in their pajamas. I decided to keep my pajamas on, and I took clothes to change into later. When I arrived at my friend's house, everyone was happy to see me. I played Just Dance with them in my pajamas just like they were, and we all had breakfast together. Later, we got dressed and walked to the park. That evening, I chatted with my dad about how a late over was perfect for me right now, and that I was happy he thought of this idea so that I could still go. The end. Okay, Kona Kids. This week, for our activity, we are going to do a little bit of a plan for what you would do and how you would handle it, or what you would say to someone if they invited you over, and if you were ready to go for a sleepover or not. Some of you probably have already gone for a sleepover, and some of you may have never been to a sleepover before at all. There is no right or wrong when it comes to sleepovers. It is all about how we feel and where we feel safe to go to sleep. And that is a personal choice. Sometimes there are teenagers that have never done sleepovers, and that is okay. So what we're going to do is on our worksheets, which you can find on our website, the information for that is in the episode description. We are going to do a little plan about if we are ready, if we are not ready, and what we would say or what we could plan. Would you plan a late over? Would you decide to sleep over? What would you need if you wanted to sleep over to make yourself feel safe? So that can all be found on the website, and you can share it with your family to kind of decide if you are ready to do that yet. Okay, Kona Kids, that's it for today. We will.
This podcast is created in Canada by Kona Kids. Your host is Andee Dale, a registered clinical counselor. Please remember this is for entertainment and educational purposes and not clinical advice. Thanks for listening. I hope you tune in next week.